Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is AzN3AlK0, and right now I'm bringing you guys a very quick review on the all-new NX standard assault rifle, the T-91. This is the assault rifle that Nexon has given out for the, I think, 4 or 5 days in a row event, or if you log in for every day during Combat Arms, into Combat Arms during the first week ever since the patch. I think after like 4 or 5 days or something like that, you get a free 7-day T-91. And this is odd because Nexon has never really done something like this before. Normally when they put out a new patch, or a game update patch that is, they usually put out the next NX standard assault rifle or whatever weapon on preview sale. But this time they decided to do something a little bit different, which I personally kind of agree with. They've done it for, they've made it so that, anyone can get this, as long as they just keep logging in every single day. They don't even need to play, just log in and you get this gun for free if you log in every single day. But anyways, that's beside the point. First of all, disclaimer about the gameplay you're about to watch. The first minute of this review will show you that even though I sometimes suck really badly, people find reasons to kick me anyway. So yeah, logic. You know, this game doesn't have any logic. But anyways, that's beside the point. Again, the review is about the T-91, so let's start talking about it. So, the T-91 assault rifle. In summary, the T-91 is almost exactly like the LR300 ML, the other NX standard assault rifle, without that you can't put a scope on, in terms of behavior and performance. Basically, the T-91 is a scopeless assault rifle, and it's heavily dependent on your skill in order to use it at any range with your hipfire skill. So, if you look closely at its modification stats, you will notice that you cannot attach a scope on a T-91, and the same goes for LR300 ML. That's why, because I really like using LR300 ML, even though you can't put a scope on either weapon. They're just really fun to use, and the T-91 is very similar to the LR300 ML in terms of behavior and how you need to use it in order to be effective with it. However, if you look at its stats, it's very similar to the M16A4 Firebug. The only difference in those two weapons' stats is in the recoil department. But as of right now, because Nexon has not officially released the T-91's stat page as of right now, because I'm basically doing this review like barely 25 minutes after it came out. I've decided to kind of compare the T-91 stats with other weapons and stats, namely the M16A4 Firebugs. That's how I, kind of knew that their stats were almost identically similar. So the stats are as follows. The damage of the T-91 is, let me go ahead and search up the M16A4 Firebug stats because they're basically the same. Let's see, here we go. The damage on the T-91 is a 40 damage. It's portability of 65, rate of fire of 75, accuracy of 87, and recoil of 64. Or no, sorry, recoil of 63, because I mentioned before that the only stat that differs between the T-91 and the M16A4 Firebug, that is in its recoil department. And if you compare the two guns' stats, you'll notice that the T-91's recoil stat is just a very small tick lower than the Firebug's. And that tick, I compared it again. I brought up the ACR stats, and sure enough, the ACR does have 62 recoil, and it said that the ACR has a little bit less recoil than the T-91, so I can only assume that the T-91 has 63 recoil. Other non-statistical aspects about the T-91, it does come with burst fire, with a burst fire function, just like the LR300 ML. So clearly, Nexon has really designed this gun to be a heavy, all-around gun, but with an assault rifle that you should use without a scope. And it's like they're forcing you to use it without a scope because you can't put one on, for that matter, and they give you a burst fire function on top of that. So Nexon clearly is heavily emphasizing the T-91's, kind of inclination towards a very heavy hipfire performance. And for people who play like Wall and stuff like that and practice all day with normal weapons like M4, like scopeless M4s and AKs, then this gun is perfect for them. Other than that, you can attach anything else besides the scope. You can attach a suppressor, you can attach a magazine modification, so thank God for that. And yeah, those are it for the non-statistical aspects. The ammunition count is the same as the standard assault rifles at 30 rounds per magazine and 90 in reserve. And right now it's for NX standard. I don't really know when it'll come out for, available, like purchase for everybody, available to everybody. Right now you can only obtain it through like events, like signing, log in either 12 days out of 14 for the next 2 weeks, or log in I think 4 or 5 days in a row as on this current event. So I really, really like this gun. If you guys remember back to my LR300 ML review, I said that I really liked that gun too. I like this gun even more. Now, obviously, the T-91 isn't necessarily going to be the most effective assault rifle in the world, because obviously, if you're not able to put a scope on it, then its effectiveness at long range is kind of diminished, because you can't really aim all that well at long range without a scope. At least, not for everyone. So that being said, though, the hipfire accuracy is very, very good. Keep in mind that the T-91 does have an accuracy of 87, so it's quite high. It's a lot higher than most other assault rifles. Obviously the exceptions to these would be the AK family and the G36 family, whatever. But the T-91's accuracy is very, very good. You'll see in this Coastal Recon gameplay that I'm just clocking people across the map with just the hipfire, and its hipfire spread, interestingly enough, is not as accurate as the G36 or the AK families' variants' hipfire spread. If you notice, if you stand very still, or if you crouch with an AK-47 or G36E, you'll notice that the crosshairs will go almost perfectly accurate into the middle of your screen. The T-91, interestingly enough, doesn't have that. It mimics a more M16 stylish hipfire spread, in that there's a little bit of space if you're standing up, and if you're standing up and standing still in your hipfire spread. But I think it's better for the gun that way, because I feel like it gives you a little bit more space and a little bit more opportunity to get you headshots at long or medium range, or wherever range that you need to use it for hipfire tap firing. And speaking of tap fire, the T-91's stumbling my words again. The tap fire on the T-91 is excellent. It is awesome. It's almost, I would have to say, it's almost G36 par. Now, I may be kind of exaggerating that a little bit, because it's pretty hard to beat the G36's tap fire, but the T-91's tap fire is pretty god amazing, and let me tell you that right now. And you can definitely, this gun at mid to long range, you need to tap fire. It's almost as if you use this gun for long enough and you recognize the need for you to tap fire, it's almost like a second nature. I started to develop that kind of tap firing habit in the Coastal Recon game, which is my second game with it. In the first game, I was in that oil rig game. I was just testing out, seeing how I would be able to use the T-91 effectively. And the Coastal Recon game, I realized, hey, look, tap firing is the way to go with the T-91. You need to tap fire. Even if you're strafing around, tap fire. Always tap fire. Never. I don't think bursting would do the T-91 justice. I think tap firing all the damn time is the way to go with this gun. So tap firing is very, very important. Of course, obviously, burst firing is very effective too, because the bloom on the T-91 is very, very good. I believe you can get off around 4, 5, 6 shots easy in a single burst without having to worry about the bloom getting out of hand, or even increasing at all. So the burst firing is indeed very good with T-91. I prefer tap firing, because tap firing, it barely does anything to your hipfire accuracy or your hipfire spread. So I believe that tap firing is the way to go with the T-91. How many times did I say that already? Whatever. Never hurts to emphasize. Anyways, so not only that, but also, I think that I've noticed that if you crouch with the T-91, and you aim dead center at somebody, you can just melt people by quickly tap firing. It hardly jams. It almost never jams. In fact, I never had it jam on me before in terms of tap fire. So yeah, just goes to show you that the tap fire on the T-91 is amazing. Nothing short of that, really. So, the T-91, it's an awesome assault rifle. It's just like the LR300 ML, except in my opinion, I would have to give the upper hand to the T-91, because I think that the T-91 is a little bit better in terms of overall handling, but the LR300 ML is a little bit better than the T-91 at picking off heads behind cover. Like those people who always head glitch behind the banisters or the I don't know what you call them, but you know the railings on oil rig. You know those people. Yeah, you probably do. And you know maybe in any case, if anyone's head glitching, the LR300 ML is better. But basically for any other range or any other engagement, whether it be long, middle, or close range. Actually, close range, the LR300 ML is better because the LR300 ML has a smaller hipfire spread to begin with, like default strafing hipfire spread. But the T-91 has better consistency in my opinion. So to put this in perspective, the LR300 ML is better at close range and at picking off people who are head glitching, but the T-91 is better at mid to long range in my opinion. Do keep in mind that both assault rifles are not able to be modified with an ACOG scope or an ITEC scope, so that's why I say this, because you need to hit fire with both weapons. But the T-91 is a very, very fun gun to use. It's definitely competitive. You can definitely outgun other weapons out there. It's so competitive, in fact, that I'm pretty sure it can hang with epic assault rifles, but I don't want to go there in case I'm wrong. But it can definitely compete with NX rare assault rifles. That's just how good it is, and I think it's a mix of stats makes it a very, very good gun. Nexon might nerf it in future. We won't. Well, I don't know if they might. But for now, it's a very, very fun gun to use, and I'm enjoying it a lot. And I expect that I'm going to be playing with this gun for quite some time, actually, because the LR300 ML fascinated me as well. So, yeah, those are the statistics, and that's the review on the T-91 assault rifle. Once again, this is the new NX standard assault rifle that Nexon has released just earlier today at midnight because of one of their events that's going on, and as part of the roll call event. And yeah, hopefully you guys get your hands on the T-91 as well, because it's a very fun assault rifle to use. And for those of you guys who love using assault rifles without having scopes on them, then this gun is perfect for you. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you guys later.